Hey guys, how you guys? It's your girl, the Richard Divine Feminine, and I come with a quick little message for you guys. And my message to you guys is trauma is so bad. You have to heal that hurt. You can't keep staying in that trauma. Trauma will make you miss out on wonderful opportunities, wonderful blessings, wonderful people in life. Trauma can have a hold on you so bad, whether it's trauma from your mama, your daddy, your lover, trauma from your kids, trauma for people you put your trust in. That will hold you down so bad, give you anxiety, make you misjudge people, mislove people, make you treat people unfairly, until you sit in and face your trauma. I had so much of trauma from my mama, my daddy, my family. Children died. I had a lot of trauma that I had to face. I had to sit in and I had to face. I had to face my reality and accept my reality. And some of you guys, it's hard to heal, especially if you don't have that close relationship with God, especially if you don't have nobody that's going to get you through, nobody that you can talk to about your problems, that's not going to go back and discuss what you've been through or tell, because a lot of times the reason why us as people don't talk about our traumas, because people could know what we've been through and they use it against us. We can open our mouth and speak and say, hey, I've been sexually abused by my uncle. I've been sexually abused from my mama. My mama made me do sexual acts on her. I've been sexually abused by my baby daddy. I've been this, I've been that. And the minute you open your mouth and speak about your trauma, people will use it to try to tear you down because they don't want you to reach where you want to reach. So a lot of times people don't want to heal, and the reason why they don't want to heal because they feel like they don't have nobody that they can trust, that they can talk about. So people walk around with that hurt inside of them, the pain inside of them. But I'm here to tell you that you could release all that. You could release that pain. You could release that hurt. You could get you a notebook, write it down, burn it, let it go. I'm talking about write it down, detail by detail, exactly how you remember it. And then you let that thing go. And you tell that thing, you no longer have bind over me. This trauma no longer sits in me because I accept the love. I accept the help. I accept that I could not help myself at that present time. And I'm healed. I'm going to heal myself. I'm going to heal. I'm going to heal. I'm going to get what I need. I'm going to get what I deserve. I deserve to be loved. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be free. No longer will I let this trauma bind me to it. No longer will my mama have this control over me. No longer will my daddy have this control over you. No longer will my predator have this control over me. I release this. I release this anger. I release this trauma. I release everything that is holding on to me, holding me back from being my full potential, holding me back from love, holding me back from happiness, holding me back from peace, and you let it go. Because trauma will isolate you. Trauma will hinder you. Trauma will stop you. Trauma will kill you because you will sit in your trauma, you will sit in your heartache, you will sit in your depression, you will sit in all these things that's no longer serve you, that you need to set you free from. You will sit in all of it when God is calling you to release it all. He's calling you to let it go. It's not easy dealing with trauma. Sometimes we trauma bond with people. I'm not even much gonna sit here and lie to you. We are trauma bond with people. I'm talking about if you never experienced nobody holding you for hours while you just cry, you feel like a safe haven with that person. Once in a lifetime, we might run into somebody where we could just be ourselves with that person and just let it go and let everything out, and you never heal what you've been through. But you got to learn how to release that trauma. You got to let it go. Whether that's taking something and smash, like I said, I done all kind of exercises, even with my children, breaking up plates, letting it go, getting a baseball bat, smashing up stuff, writing letters, burning, whatever you got to do to release that trauma. Go into the woods and scream it out as loud as you can. They even have punctions where you could touch your body, punctuation points where you could touch on your body and release the trauma and release the healing. It's so many things. It's so many things that you could do to heal yourself, but you got to get you someone who's solid with you, because I'm telling you, when you go through your healing process, it feel like everybody judging you, especially if you've been abused. If you have been sexual assaulted, whether you're a male or a female. I've been sexual assaulted, so that's why I'm telling you this. If you've been a sexual assaulted, whether you're a male or a female, and you go through that trauma to heal, you know, it feels like everybody's know your secret. It feels like everybody's judging you. Everybody's watching you. Everybody's looking at you. Everybody knows your innocence was taken away from you. I know how that feel. We as people, we got to learn to get through so we can help heal each other. We're supposed to be healing and evolving to the next level, not sitting there at the age of our trauma. So many of us as adults, we could be old as I don't know what, but we are still that age of the trauma, where the trauma started, where the trauma ended. That's why we have a childlike mindset. That's why we make emotional and rational decisions. That's why we're scared to speak our truth. That's why we have throat chakra issues. That's why we can't correct people up in our life. That's why we just do let people just walk all over us and do all that. And when you heal, man, I'm talking about wholeheartedly heal, you speak your truth and you stand in your truth, and you're not going to allow nobody to sit down and say just anything. You're going to speak your truth. You're going to speak up for yourself. A lot of times us as people, especially when you have a family, especially if you was abused by your mama, baby, I'm here to tell you, especially if you was abused by your mama, we be like, that's our mama, we put up with stuff and all the rest of this and rest of that. But I'm telling you, a lot of us, I'm talking about a lot of y'all watch me, including myself, we had some toxic ass mamas, got some toxic ass mamas that keep us back from stuff, that keep us back from being what God called us to be. Some toxic ass mamas that want to control and run our life. Some toxic ass mamas that want to dictate what we should do and how we should do it. They're the main ones that causes us trauma. I say this all the time. I don't never want to be that mama that caused that much trauma in my son's life, where I overstep boundaries and do all the rest of that. There's a lot of mamas that's out here, whether it's in the daughter for their daughters or their sons. That's just what it is. We have a lot, us as people, when we have trauma in our life, we will hang around the person that traumatized us and act like it's okay. Oh, I was molested by my daddy, but that's still my daddy. Hell no, that shit. When you heal from that, you don't want no parts of none of the people who have traumatized you, who knew about the trauma and did nothing to step in. You will isolate yourself from all those people, because when you know better, you do better. A lot of people running around here, they were sexually abused by their mama and their daddy, and still had their children around their mama and their daddy. And if your mama and daddy did it to you, what the hell they think you're going to do to your child? We will still, when you unheal from your trauma, you will still hang around, cling to the person who caused you the trauma and the pain. But when you heal from that, you no longer be around that person. You isolate yourself from that person. You speak up about your truth. You heal from your truth, and you call them out of their truth. You tell them, you remember me? I remember what you did to me when I was 11 years old, how you stole my innocence. I remember what you did to me when I was 6 years old. I remember that. I remember the things that you did. We heal from those trauma and we allow that to go. Do not, I'm telling y'all, we got a couple of more months left into the new year. I've been telling y'all this all year. We're not going into 2025 with this trauma. We are releasing this trauma. Ladies, release that trauma from your womb, from your growing area. Release that trauma. Release it. Let it go. Fellas, release that trauma that you hold. Release that trauma, because some of y'all be out here having casual encounters with people and trauma bonded because you full of trauma. Release that so you can stop dealing with people that you unequally yoke with, and you can step into your kingship. You can step into your divineship, fellas. It's time for you men to stand back up and take a rise and be the men that God has called you to be. Some true kings. It's time. Ladies, it's time to stop being in your lower vibration and step into your queenness. It's time for toxicity and all that to stop. Heal from yourself. Heal yourself. Whatever it is that you have done, whether it's you yourself has caused trauma in somebody else's life, ask for forgiveness. Forgive yourself from the trauma you caused in somebody else's life, and heal yourself so you can be the best version of yourself. Be the best version of yourself all 2025. Get this healing done. Trauma should no longer continue to keep you guys bound and stuck in no area. You should be healed from your trauma. Speaking your truth. Speaking to those things as though they are. Calling those things out. As the word says. You should be calling those things out, but you should be healing, evolving, and growing from your trauma. Trauma can no longer bound you. You are free. Who God said free is free indeed. And you are free from that molestation. Free from that child abuse. Maybe some of you men, your mama told you to shut up, you a little wussy. And all the rest of this stuff. Heal from that. Some of you women, your mama told you wasn't pretty. You wasn't going to be this. Some of the guys you slept with told you wasn't going to be this. You wasn't be. Heal from whatever trauma that is holding you back from being the best version of yourself. Heal from it. This your girl, the Real True Divine Feminine. I don't know who this message is for, but I pray this message reach who it needs to reach, help who it needs to help, and bless who it needs to bless. Peace.